In the same way that one can assume where there's smoke there's fire, it's usually guaranteed that where there are cool horror creatures, there are a bunch of unauthorized video games. That's the internet for you. Of course, the quality and legitimacy of each game varies widely, but every once in a while there's a gem. So today we're gonna find some of said gems and take a look. Hello horror heads and welcome back to the scariest channel on YouTube, Top 5 Scary Videos. I'm your horror host, Keegan Hughes, and today we're gonna be taking a look at the top 5 Siren Head games that will terrify you. Now, as with all of our other Siren Head content, I'm going to preface this video with a statement ensuring that everyone knows that Trevor Henderson is behind this lovely creature that has taken the world by storm. Any and all games you play featuring Siren Head would not exist without the efforts of this freelance horror artist, and if you like Siren Head, you should do your best to support Trevor. Before we get started, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe for more horrendous honking. Perfect, let's get going. Kicking us off at number 5, we've got a Siren Head dating sim. If you thought you'd seen it all, think again. From the depths of the unknown torment comes a game so terrifying, so blood-curdling, so grotesque and disturbing that only the most hardened of video gamers dare to attempt it. Move over, Doki Doki Literature Club, there's a new horror-based dating sim in town. Yep, that's right, there is a Siren Head dating sim, because why not? That's just how the internet seems to operate. Something horrifying and deadly? Give it a moment, somebody will want to boink it. The premise alone is enough to make you want to scream, isn't it? The itch.io page for this unbelievable piece of software describes it as the opportunity to have magical days with Siren Head. Just don't get killed. I must say, I haven't played all that many dating sims. I'd have to assume that the end goal of many of them is to get a lovely smooch or maybe a confession of love, right? So what's the end goal here? Siren Head smooches sound largely deadly, and correct me if I'm wrong, but hearing I love you blasted from rusty sirens at 180 decibels doesn't exactly sound like a magical day. Maybe like evil magic, but not the dating sim kind. You can eat ice cream and inexplicably make this fleshy gargantuan beast blush, and all in all have a good time. Kind of flies in the face of the original design, but it's good to know that people out there still have a very strange sense of humor. Let's leave it at that. Coming in at number 4, we've got Darascope's Siren Head. Oh boy, another itch.io experience. This one is a short interactive experience featuring a man with little in terms of self-preservation instinct. You take on the role of Mike, living in a lovely little neighborhood. The intro card lets you know that your wife Sam has been missing for 2 hours and that news reports are coming in telling people to stay in their homes. Before any more details are given, the broadcast's cut out and you can't find the remote. Now this game has a handle on what really scares the average person. The remote is missing. You hop into Mike's brain and play as him from a first-person perspective. After finding the remote, the power cuts out and you begin to hear sirens. Uh-oh. Thinking you hear your wife, you run outside. Bad call. At this point, you know something is super wrong, but it's also too late to do anything. Poor Mike, he just wanted Sam to come home, and also not lose his remote, and maybe not to die. 0 for 3 on that, eh? It's a punchy and quick little Siren Head experience with a creepy reveal of the monster that we've all come to love. I think the scariest thing about this game is its insistence that Siren Head is an SCP though. Remember, Siren Head is not an SCP. Next. Coming in at number 3, play as a Siren Head. Remember the Modus Interactive PS1 style Siren Head game from our earlier videos? That one still reigns supreme as one of the coolest and most legit experiences to come from the latest horror craze. The good folks at Modus even got Trevor's permission to make the game. Well, someone has gone ahead and modded said game to allow you to take over as Mr. Siren Lad himself, and of course, it's pretty wicked. Who wouldn't want to take control of a 40-foot screaming monolith? The atmosphere is still incredible, as we established before, with a sunset-inspired color palette and some wicked sound effects. The low-poly graphics are particularly effective, and being able to explore the world as the antagonist is fascinating. Although it would be cool to have a game where you could actually hunt humans as Siren Head. Imagine the possibilities. Stalking through the woods late at night, picking up on bits of conversation and then using those sound bites to lure people in later on. Watching people panic at the sound of the siren. That's the next big step with this one. And of course, if you haven't checked out the original Modus Interactive experience, go do that now. Coming in at number 2, we've got Galactic Crow's Siren Head. This one is terrifying for 2 reasons. 1, it's a scary Siren Head game. 2, it's the source of plenty of online drama, which as we all know is the scariest thing on planet Earth. I'll do my best to summarize all of the craziness surrounding this Play Store spookfest in the next few sentences. From what I've been able to gather, the Romanian indie studio known as Galactic Crows was making a Siren Head game with the intention to release it for free and to credit Trevor Henderson. A demo came out, both free and with credits, and was moderately well received. Then somebody made a trailer with some promotional materials and posted these to 2 Twitter accounts, one called Siren Head _game and another called Blue Isle Studios. Neither of these accounts were associated with Galactic Crows. At this point, Trevor caught wind of this game through these accounts, asked why he wasn't consulted, and was summarily blocked by the 2 fake accounts. The trailer also appeared on YouTube, claiming to be headed to all major consoles. From there, somebody managed to steal the Siren Head _game account and post information about the original developers of the game who were not trying to profit off of Siren Head. Galactic Crows since put out a video explaining what went on and how they attempted to contact Trevor about it all, and since then things have calmed down significantly. The game was taken down from GameJolt and Google Play, but is now back up with a very clear disclaimer at the top. Now, for the game itself. It's an atmospheric horror game with plenty of places to explore. It sort of plays like a few of the classic Slender Man games, with a lot of the gameplay focusing on finding clues and avoiding a lanky antagonist. It's a freaky little number and worth a play if you can get past all the drama. And finally, at number 1, we've got Undreamed Panics Siren Head. Have you noticed a trend with these titles? Uniformity in name aside, it is a fascinating and unique take on Siren Head. Of course, you start out in the woods in the middle of nowhere, leaving the safety of your car behind. Although the starting point is quite familiar, the graphics are something else. Everything looks like it's being shot on an old camcorder, scan lines and pixelation abound. It's a lovely aesthetic for a survival horror game such as this. Soon enough, the sirens and sound bites start playing, but they're integrated in a very cool way. There's a surprising amount of depth to the design of this game, which is so often left out in these sort of flavor of the month type deals. Eventually, your character gets their hand on a rifle, and that's where things get really interesting. Of course, a human-sized firearm isn't going to do much against a 40-foot beast, but it's a welcome addition in a landscape where largely you have no way to defend yourself. In order to save yourself, you've got to complete a bunch of tasks, putting your tiny human body in the way of Siren Head's gigantic arms. Terrifying. And like in any truly terrifying tale, there's a twist, but I won't spoil it, so go on out and try it. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Who's gonna kill you? Siren Head am. Some folks out there have enough game design skills for 10 people. Now, if only they could come up with their own creatures from time to time. Oh well, maybe this trend will skyrocket the truly deserving into a spotlight of their very own. I'm content to chill in the darkness for the time being. What'd you think of the list? Have you played any of these? And will you check out Trevor Henderson's stuff? Make sure you let me know down in the comments. Speaking of comments, let's take a look at some of your more delicious ones from the top 5 SCP monsters I can never escape, part 20. Iridon says, I used to be a toaster, but then I took a sandwich to the knee. That's funny. I didn't know toasters had limbs or joints. Matthew Mackenzie Betty says, top 5 scary might be the scariest, but is it the spoopiest? Unfortunately, the spoopiest channel on YouTube designation continues to elude us. Maybe someday. Random Street Theater says, it's all fun and games till someone rips off your skin. Yeah, and then it's all fun and pains. Sean Dyer says, 4458 is fun because it gives validation to my insane fear that there are sharks in swimming pools, but only when I'm in the pool alone. See, I like it because it gives credence to the river sharks I tried to convince my sister about. And Peace Turtle Infinity says, I wish the boogies in my nose would escape. Pick, lick, roll, and flick, my friend. They're not gonna leave on their own. And that's all the time we have for today. Before I light some fireworks indoors, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe for more classic creativity. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Yikes. Like the premise alone is... I must say, I haven't played that many dating sims. I would have to assume... Nope. I must... Siren Head smooches sound largely deadly. I think the scariest thing about this game, though, is that it's insisted... Oh boy. Is that motor noise gonna be picking up? And then using those sound bites to... Really? Every time I talk, he revs the engine. Stalking through the woods late at night, picking up on bits of Come on. Things seem to have calmed down significantly. Nope. I can't believe how ridiculous that sounds like in a sentence. Come on.